Percent. Let's move on. Let's talk about Joey McGuire, who I took with the eighth pick in this draft. Over some guys that are some big names. He was a guy that I was super high on. I didn't actually take the Texas Tech over, believe it or not, despite how high I was on Joey McGuire. They finished season 7-6. They were 64th in offensive points per game. Of course, Tyler Shuck got hurt. The defense ranked 63rd in points per game. Um, and I do like their defensive coordinator that they have there. But the big thing, recruiting. They finished with a top 25 recruiting class. That's pretty fantastic if you ask me. Historically, here's where Texas Tech is ranked in recruiting, okay? With Matt Wells, all right, who had his own issues at Texas Tech. 65th in 2019, 47th in 2020, 55th in 2021, in 2022, Joey McGuire's actually not his first year, 46th. Then Joey McGuire's first recruiting class he brought in was top 35. So already a huge jump, right? From those other four with Matt Wells. And then 2024, you finish with the top 25 recruiting class. That, that is good. Joey McGuire, his ties in the state of Texas are nuts, right? He's a legendary Cedar Hills high school football coach. Then for a couple years, he was a positional coach at Baylor. Um, was that under Dave Aranda and Matt Wells? Was Matt Wells there? Matt Wells and Dave Aranda, I believe, were both there.
Eh,
No, that was not Dave
yeah,
Aranda. That was who was before Dave
it
Aranda?
was Matt Rule, right?
It's Matt Rule. No, maybe yeah. It was sorry, it was Matt Rule. Yeah, I think it was Matt Rule. Matt Rule and Matt
Or
Wells
maybe
were
even Art
both
Briles. It might have been Art Briles.
2016. I'm trying to remember. But either way, Matt Wells was the coach on that staff. So it's funny that they just went from one Baylor staff member to another. Um, but look, I think so far, I mean, in 2022 they went 8-5, and then you go 7-6, back-to-back years making a bowl game for Texas Tech. In the new Big 12, look, you're looking for players in this that there's going to be a power grab. We talk about it all the time. And Texas Tech right now is recruiting at a higher level than anyone else in the Big 12. So Joey McGuire is putting
I
this
mean,
team.
take a second. Wait, take a second and just let that sink in right now. Texas Tech fans, enjoy this moment. This is awesome. That statement right there, I'm sorry to interrupt you. I think that speaks volume and magnitude on like that matters, man. That matters.
Yeah, yeah, it does. And Joey McGuire is also winning games, and he has not had a starting quarterback in the last 2 years start more than 9 games. Okay, he hasn't. So what does that tell you? That tells you that Joey McGuire's kind of got this thing running. Not only because a lot of these like lower, I don't want to call Texas Tech a lower tier program because it's not. But I'm talking about
It's
like if you're
it's not
looking
a
for a
top tier blue
meteoric,
blood.
if you're looking at like a meteoric rise in a certain conference, like those special teams, like like TCU, I'll give that one as an example. Washington, right? You had exceptional quarterback play, right? Texas Tech is still winning games without exceptional quarterback play. So it'll be interesting. I think Zach Kittley's still there. Is he still the offensive coordinator there? And Tim DeRuyter is DC? If they are, which I haven't checked uh before this, or if just forget. I like both of those coordinators. I like Joey McGuire, what he's doing, acquiring talent. I mean, y'all got a five-star wide receiver in the state of Texas, battling it
First
out
five star ever.
With Texas A&M and with Texas and whoever else. Like
A lot of
they're
people wanted the use of Mike Hudson.
uh, exactly. So this is just I'm still high on Joey McGuire. If we were to do this draft again, I might draft him a little lower, but that doesn't mean I don't think his stock will go up, if that makes sense. Like if you're looking at the like I might be tempted to take him exactly where I took him at 8. I think the 8 to 10 range on this list is probably where you would take him, but I would be very tempted to take him at 8 again.
I think if you were to
There's some
ask
other
me,
guys because like Brent Venables and Mario Cristobal, it's like where do you value those guys? It's like I think Joey McGuire might be in that tier with those guys.
I
I don't
think he
know.
absolutely is. I mean, like if you ask me who's gonna win a conference title first, Brent Venables at Oklahoma or Joey McGuire at Texas Tech. I'm gonna say Joey McGuire 10 times out of 10. I mean, unless Jackson Arnold is this dude, but it's still, even if he is, I think there's a lot that has to happen for them to win an SEC title. And by the way, you win a Big 12 title, you're an auto bid. It's an auto bid to the college football playoff, which is obviously pretty exciting there. And also, I mean, you mentioned like the quarterback injuries, what they've had. I do think that this quarterback room now is the best it's looked and the deepest it's looked. I mean, you're bringing a guy like Cameron Brown from West Georgia,
Yeah.
right? Nobody else really looking into him. You bring him in. He had a really nice spring, enough to be named backup quarterback behind Baron Morton. You've obviously got Jake Strong there from a couple years ago, recruiting class wise. Will Hammond, the Elite 11 stud, true
Yeah.
freshman guy that everyone in Lubbock is
Yeah.
super excited about.
And Barry Morton played hurt last year for a lot of the year.
He
So
did.
like, and I've had my criticisms about Baron Morton, but like that is something you have to calibrate, when you're calibrating for the expectations, what you think he's going to do in this next season and down the road. Like you do, that is something that you have to factor in there that I don't think everyone's factoring in there. So Joey McGuire, dog, dog, and I would still draft him as high as I did,
I think if
So
you switch Marcus Freeman, right, and Sonny Dykes, like I think Joe McGuire's like you said, right there in the next pick. Where I mean, it's him,
yeah.
Cristobal,
So
Venables,
I
and you
think,
pick your poison there. All three good recruiters. It's just like who's in the best position to succeed in the near and long term future. It might be Texas Tech, which
yeah.
is awesome, which is so awesome. I love rooting for Texas Tech, man.
See, here's the thing though, like I do regret taking him in that spot because I don't think you would have taken him with the next pick. So I probably could have gotten better value in last year's pick. Because I always forget that because we're drafting, I have my big board, but I gotta remember that I'm drafting against you. So and you have
Yeah.
your own big board. So